Hello there and welcome to the DBP Pest Control channel. Hello there and welcome to another video from DBP Pest Control with me, Doug Boyce. This evening I've come over to one of my Hampshire ratting permissions. The chap who takes the muck away from here, i.e. that great heap there, he came in a couple of days ago and said that he saw a few rats running around. So I thought I'd pop in whilst the weather's still fine and take care of them. Now I purposely come here whilst it's still light because I wanted to talk to you about, or bring you up to date a little bit with that Gamo Coyote that I reviewed a few weeks ago. There is one niggly little issue that I've had with it, and I'll explain that to you right now. Okay, this is said Coyote. This is what I'm going to be using this evening. So this is the 2.2 as reviewed the other week. It's got my Pard NV007 on a Hawk 3 through 9 by 40 scope, that's an AO scope. On the side here we've got a Pulsar X850 infrared illuminator. Now the only reason I use that is just to save the IR illuminator on the Pard, which is, by the way, exceptionally good, but I've got fast focusing rings on here and sometimes it gets in the way of the beam, so that, and to save the battery of the Pard, I just tend to plonk that on the side. Now normally, as I said in one of my other reviews using this, these do prefer laser infrared illuminators. This is just an LED type, but it seems to work fine for short ranges. Now, getting on to that issue that I noticed, and I've seen a few people comment on this online. I'd been noticing a few point of impact changes for no apparent reason, and I found eventually it was down to this little thing here, the barrel band. Now you may notice that I've actually modified this. Normally it's like a figure of 8 that goes round the barrel with an O-ring, but I've actually cut that ring off and milled out the bottom of this so you can just about see daylight through it. What I was finding that's happening is, because this has only got one pinch bolt on it, it was, even in the bag, in a short distance of transit to one place or another, it was twisting like that, and because it was a figure of 8, it was taking the barrel with it this way or that way. So I thought, well, hang on, that's that's obviously not acceptable. So I undid it, popped the cap off and pulled it off, and when I pulled it off I noticed the barrel actually flicked up. So it's not particularly well aligned anyway. Now I'm not saying this is the problem with all Gamo rifles with this band on, but it's certainly an issue with this one and one other that I'm aware of. Effectively what I've done is to make the barrel fully floating, but I've retained this portion here just to resist any downward pressure that it might incur in the bag. I have actually written to BSA about this and I'm eagerly awaiting their response, but it's something I think could be improved, but certainly since I've done that little modification, I've had no point of impact shifts, so hopefully that's taken care of the problem. Anyway, that's that. Other than that, the rifle has actually been absolutely perfect, shooting our 22-meter range over at Leisure Matters, and on the 40-meter range there also, allowing for aim off, and it's been absolutely superb. It really has. Anyway, on with the ratting, and we'll wait for it to get a little bit darker and I'll come back to you then. Now whilst I remember, if you haven't seen the latest copy of the Airgun Shooter magazine, go and grab yourself a copy. It's full of really interesting features, and Leisure Matters have got an advert in it. So go get yourself a copy, have a look at the advert, get yourself down to Leisure Matters, have a really good day rifle shooting on our ranges. Well, that was a very early result there. I just got one I spotted climbing up on top of the water trough to take a drink. Managed to bag that one, and in so doing saw maybe 4 scampering off for cover, so we could be in for a good night. Don't anticipate seeing too many more before it gets dark, but you never know. We've got a couple of rabbits out in the field there, but they're not causing any issues, so we'll leave them alone. So since bagging that one over by the water trough, which I've since retrieved, and the one having a cheeky look down from the rafters there, which I bagged, I haven't seen any more, so I'm just going to move round to another vantage point that usually pays off. There are still some animals here, some Siamese pigs and 1 or 2 goats, so at least there'll be some feed laying around in the next stall. So I'm just going to go and line myself up over there and see if anything materialises. Well, that's 2 more in the bag there. It's a grand total of 5 for the evening. It's getting on for 11:30 now, so I'm going to call it a night and leave what's left for another day, eh? So this is Doug Boyce signing off for DBP Pest Control. See you again soon.